Accent. Yes. Okay. What do you think, Claire? What are your first impressions here?
My first impression was the yellow. You don't often see
No, you don't.
so it stands out.
Is that a good thing though?
It's I'm not 100% sure. That's fine, isn't it? But at least it ties into the logo. It's just everything's. I think
Yeah.
the impression was I felt the logo and then it doesn't follow through to the rest of the page as such. There's a bit of yellow. I feel like if you're gonna do yellow. Throw it
Right.
everywhere.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And I think that honestly um so this is a great site in terms of copy, in terms of their content, in terms of their a lot of things that they're doing, their approach there. The one thing though is that I think the branding and the low quality photo back here, I think it's selling it short, which I hate to see because they're doing so many good things right,
Yeah.
um, and yet it just needs a makeover. They're like they need to let other people see themselves like I see them. I want them. They need a makeover. They need a glow up.
No, you're right
Um,
there. Yeah, just
yeah.
takes the next. I mean, they've got their people. It's a
Mhm.
start. They've tried to get a picture of their team, but then
Yeah.
it looks like half of them are missing.
It goes back to, yeah, you're right, and it goes back to I think at the top we were talking about the importance of if you're going to do it, the trick is you should invest in getting the high getting a photographer to come in, getting a videographer, whatever you want to do, but just make sure it's high quality because it can be a one-time thing and it can really pay off and make a big difference. But let's stop beating up on them. We can go to the good stuff too. I do
Yeah,
like their copy a lot, and I do love they've got these fast, friendly, frustration free. That sounds great. It's very clear what they do. Business IT consulting. It's clear who they do it for.
yeah.
Southern California businesses with 40 to 500 employees. Super clear. Super clear. And
Yes.
then check out this. I love this section actually.
Yeah, I really like this bit, and
And
it's
so it's
written
basically,
the way
yeah,
that they would their customers would be talking. They've not tried to
exactly.
change it in the way they speak. They've thought about what their audiences are going to be saying and how they say it. So yeah, straight away
Absolutely.
they're targeting them and resonating with them.
Yeah, I think I would love to see more MSPs doing this type of thing where it's listing the challenges or the pain points right up front. I would like them to take it one step forward further and say, I don't know if we're secure. Where's my link to go to? Like, here's how you find out, or here's how we can help you do that. And so the
Yes,
simple thing, and they've got the overall get started here, but I would like each one of these things, maybe even make this the main focus. Try that out, and then get to your pages that way. It could be interesting to try.
definitely. It'd be interesting to see actually if you tracked what most people's challenges were even further.
Oh, totally. That would give you great information. If you make those the links, and then you're able to go back in after a month or whatever, after you've gotten some decent traffic, look by and see what are the most popular ones. Go back in, make those the high level ones.
Yeah,
If you got a few that no one's clicking on, get rid of them. That's a
definitely.
great idea. And so here again, we got a video, which is nice. Although the quality maybe could get a little bit of help. I do like this too. I think this is a great concept that again could be executed a little bit better. Um, they're taking into account that a visitor to a site, they could be getting lots of visitors who are different types of people and different types of roles. And so
Yeah,
they're doing some cool thing with personas here. They're like saying, okay, for business owners and executives, here's what you're concerned about, and here's what we're going to deliver for you. Same thing for the office managers. Same thing for the CIOs or IT managers. Each of those things is going to be what they care about is going to be different. So I like that they're doing this.
yeah.
Um, I just think it could be a little bit more cohesive. Like I just went from there to here, and I'm not quite sure why. I kind of lost my thread here.
Yeah, because if that was about the the office managers,
Right.
kind of again follow through to that section before of those pain points for those people, it's a great opportunity for them to to really target and focus on those people, because they'll read that and go, oh, actually, yeah, I do think that and I do feel that. So you know what you're talking about.
And it could be combined, actually. This approach combined with the challenges, because you don't want to try to be doing too many different things, especially on your homepage. I think the whole point of a homepage is to prove people, hey, you're in the right place. Um, Take the next step. And so you don't want to get too bogged down in trying too many different things, but maybe they can combine these two approaches a little bit. The other
Definitely
thing, oh,
customer.
I love this. We haven't seen this at all, which I'm kind of surprised about. What do you think about this section?
Yeah, so I've seen this a lot in design agency websites,
Yeah.
kind of design freelancer websites, but I've not seen it in MSP websites that often. So it's quite refreshing to see it. To see
And
it.
numbers talk, right? Numbers absolutely talk. It's great to see that because everyone can say the same messaging, right? Everyone can say that we're frictionless, or we're fast, we're reliable. Everyone can use those words, but this is putting the stats behind it, and those I think speak pretty loudly. I would recommend them actually move this way up.
Yeah, because if people are looking as well for someone who can answer their queries fast and answer sort of their problems fast, then straight there you go. Okay, yeah, you can do that job.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And let's see, I wanted to go into one more thing here. So, going back to content, because content's it's what I think about all the time. I do like that they're offering a book here. Subscribe is a little bit of a disconnect for me. I'm like, okay, but I'm subscribing. What am I subscribing to? I thought I was downloading something. So that's just a nitpicky thing.
Yeah,
Um,
it's quite an
yeah,
important one though, because it's the small detail. So people will go, "Oh, I want their download," and they'll probably know, or they will know that they're signing up to kind of be contacted, but they're not clicking on that to just subscribe. So yeah, it's that disconnect. I think just those little details, it would stop people from downloading, I think,
yeah,
sometimes.
it gave me pause for sure. And then in general, I mean, I think you've kind of referred to some CTAs as we've been going through things in terms of what you see all the time. And Get Started certainly is one. Um, Pretty effective, but also kind of general. Are there any other things like tips for CTAs that you have, or things that you've seen that people are doing that's kind of cool?
Oh, I'm trying to think if there's any. Like I say, I've tried to um, move away from the free consultations and
Mhm.
stuff, because
Yeah.
I feel like it puts, especially right at the top of a page, because
Mm.
it'll people haven't even found out about yourself first, so they're not going to. If there's a call to action that can help you follow down the page and flow your journey and talk to the person, they're more likely to go on and head and click on it. I find anyway. Um,
Yeah, it's kind of like being too eager, asking for the date right away, asking for like a yeah.
that's
Um,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do think there's the education center here. So they definitely have a dedicated marketing person. You can tell because they have a ton of content, which is awesome. I bet they're getting some good web traffic through these posts.
Yeah.
And then what I think is cool, they sprinkle in that CTA for their lead magnet, right? Like they're gonna get email addresses and build out their contact list that way. And then if you go into their specific posts, they actually look at this. We get some pop-ups. Yeah, and these will be different depending on what the post topic is on. So it's cool. They've got everything is kind of guiding you to a good next step. So they want to convert that blog traffic into download something, get on the email list, so we can reach out and contact you.
I like those little content upgrades, especially if they're
Mhm.
linked and relevant to the blog post
Right.
it's connected to as well, because it just adds that extra thought. People have read about the top 10 tips and now they want to find out more. So if you can add that content upgrade that is relevant to that blog post, it's even better and it adds that extra value to the people that are reading.
Absolutely. Another approach to this too is so having blog posts where people are coming in that way, then they're converting. I love the term you use, the content upgrade. They also have gone to the trouble of putting together longer, what I call pillar pages. So this is Executive Guide to Cybersecurity is bigger than a blog post. It's more in depth, but right at the beginning, they are still trying to convert you by saying, "Hey, you don't have time to read this right now? Why don't you download the guide?"
Yeah, I like that.
So yeah, why you get kind of the best of both worlds. This is the approach I like to take too. A lot of times creating an ebook can be a ton of work, and you've got it behind. If you only have it behind a form, you're not getting the full value of it. You're not putting it on a page where search engines can crawl it, and you're not getting indexed that way. Um, Having it only behind a form can help draw people in, but can also kind of limit what you're doing. So I actually like this approach of we're going to have all of our content here. We're going to get all the good SEO juice from it, but we're also going to convert people from it too.
Yeah, yeah. No, I like that, and I think as well.
See, yeah.
See, it's not gonna get you.
And these things too, I think this is actually a good point to bring up pop-ups because they can be handled well and they can be super annoying. I actually don't mind this because yeah, this is relevant to the page I was on.
Yes.
I just got one of them. It's pretty small. It's not a big deal. I've definitely seen other pages where you're on the page for 1 second, all of a sudden you've got a huge pop up in your face, and it's very distracting.
Can't get rid of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just
All
a quick
right.
one on ebooks.
Yeah,
You say it can be quite difficult to put them together. Um, I've been working with people to help them write a series of blog posts that are all related to one topic, which you can then collate into an ebook. So if you have it as part of the strategy, then you can make it easier for yourself if you think of it like that.
such a good approach. It's such a good approach to do it, and it becomes much more manageable. I mean, if you're talking about a 500-word blog post versus that thought of putting together an entire ebook, it can be kind of hard to motivate to get started.
So kind of it helps you get that kind of first foot to start to get that ebook rather than thinking, oh, I'll do it someday. So just a little tip.
Absolutely. Oh, it's a great tip. And then you can do exactly what these guys are doing too. You can have those blog posts point to the downloads, so you're getting
Yes.
kind of more bang for your buck that way. That's a really good tip.